folks. Welcome back to Highway Blossoms. Yay! I'm so excited. And I realized that if I'm wearing a completely featureless black turtleneck, I just look like a floating damn head. I was looking at the webcam trying to set up my lighting today. I look like a fucking spooky scary. Alright, come on. Let's go cash in a favor. Sure was nice for Mariah and her friends to let us see some of their equipment. Only after that Joseph guy begged her to. I paused to look around. We decided to wait until nightfall to go look around some more. It's like an entirely different world the further you get from the insanity. Quiet and calm. The only lights are the stars and the faint glow of the campground, the campers and motorhomes flickering in the distance. Marina fiddles with the metal detector's headphones, removing them halfway. Sorry, the beeping's loud. What was that? Forget it. I'm not playing that game. Just keep listening. Oh, did you find something? I think so. Over here. I set aside my shovel and throw myself to the ground, clawing at the sand. A shiny speck sticks out from the ground. Frantically, I dig it up. Is it the gold? It's... I scrape harder. It's... harder. It's... Finally, I unearth it and hold it up to the starlight. A soda tab. Damn it, this is the 5th one. If we find any more, we could start making a curtain out of them. I send the tab flying, speeding off over the dikes. Maybe we should call it a night. I'm sure we can find it once we're fresh in the morning. Nah, that's no good. We can only do it now because Parks and Recreation isn't paying us much attention. Though even now, someone's still guarding the area near the campground. The rocks give us some cover, so I don't think we'll be spotted, but we still need to be careful. We'll keep looking around for a little while. If we can't find anything, we might want to assume the worst. Her face wrenches with hopelessness. That somebody else found it. That it doesn't exist. Jeez, it's like you've never even considered that it might not be real. But Mariah... Yeah, I know. I grab my shovel and swing it back over my shoulder. As we walk, we stay as close to the mountain range as possible. Why are you so gung-ho about this thing anyway? If you're just in it for the cash, there are better ways to make money than dragging yourself around the desert. Oh no, it's nothing like that. It's just... Her voice trails off. Hangs over us, never fully evaporating. It's the cool night air. It's okay. Don't feel like you have to tell me. We both have things we don't want to talk about. That's becoming very clear. At least Marina doesn't swerve off the road so she can go pout. I just don't want to think about it. All I've been doing for the last month is thinking about it. I almost wish my brain would quit working so I wouldn't have to. So naturally I take a long, lonely trip with nothing to do except think. Amber, it's happening again. Marina stops, hands quivering as she tightens her grip. I swear, if this is another soda tab... I don't think it is. The beeping is really loud and it's vibrating a lot. Wait, it's vibrating? Uh-huh, it feels weird. My throat's all fucked. The metal detector hovers over the ground between the rock and the sand. I thrust my shovel into the spot, the metal scraping against the edge of the dike. Planting my foot on the shovel's head, I assume, is what it's supposed to be. I drive it farther into the ground, using every ounce of my strength to dig. The first load of dirt and sand unclenches from the ground, loosening the earth around it. I throw the load aside and repeat the process. Each time it's a little easier, a little lighter. Finally, the shovel strikes something hard, sending a shocking vibration through my hand and up my entire body. Bedrock? I haven't dug that deep. Dropping to my knees, I reach my hands into the hole and brush off the remaining dirt. Marina leans in. The sound of her anxiously swallowing is barely audible over my heavy breathing. Oh, they're so cute! My fingers brush against something. I gulp and pull out the hole's contents. A small, rotting wood box. Oh, it's a box! What's in the box? My heart stops. Trembling, I open the box, the leftover dirt falling into my lap. Gold. Ah! It exists? It exists! It exists! Marina yells at the top of her lungs. He yells so loud that it bounces off the mountain, echoing off to the horizon and then back again. Marina has been unleashed. Not so loud, they might hear us. She lowers her voice to an excited whisper, channeling her energy into bouncing up and down. But it existed! I told you it did! She's right, and despite being proven wrong, I can't help but smile. Here I thought it was going to be some plastic treasure chest with with a coupon for chocolate milk. I keep saying metal. It's just so metal. For chocolate milk inside it or something equally shameless and corporate. My only warning is a quick gust of wind. Before I even have a chance to brace for it, I'm engulfed by Marina and her hug. What? It's real! I told you it was! I told you! I stop for a second, then smile. Yeah, you were right. It's real. Should we tell someone? What do we even do now? Honestly, I'm not sure. It's getting pretty late, though. Let's pack it up for the night. We can think about what to do in the morning. For now, we can just marvel at the fact that it's not bogus. Sound like a plan? It does, but... She takes a long, deep breath, inhaling all the air around, and maybe even some of mine, and then releases it all at once. It's actually real! It's really real! Marina, quiet! They're gonna hear us! Oh, they're so cute! It's adorable! So cute! Aww! A thunderous banging wakes me up from a deep sleep, rattling the entire motorhome. Hey! I know you two are in there! You thieves better not still be sleeping! The muffled shout leaks in from outside, followed by another voice. Sis, it's not even 7. Can I go back to bed? And another voice. You're better off just rolling with that. For her, it might as well be noon. Open up or I swear Joe's gonna bust down this store! Wait, what? Gee, wonder who this could be. I roll out of bed and open the slider connecting to the other rooms. Marina is still pressed up against the back of the fold-out bed with sheets over her head. Who do you think it is? Take a wild guess. I march over and throw open the door. As expected, my 3 favorite people stand before me. It's about time. Do you have any idea how long we've been out there? A groggy Tess sways from side to side. Joseph's gentle hands are the only thing preventing her from passing out on the ground. It's funny that you, of all people, would accuse us of theft. What else would you call what happened on my equipment? I don't know. Borrowing? You loaned it to us, remember? Correction. Joe loaned it to you. Joe gives a tired smirk and a wave. I was forced to sit idly by and watch you make off with it. That's theft if I've ever seen it. She pushes me aside and clambers into the motorhome, followed by the other 2. Looks like we're coming in. Good morning. Hey, you 3. Morning. How are you guys doing? Tired. For what it's worth, we tried stopping her. What? That doesn't look very good, sadly. Mariah stomps into the middle of the motorhome, analyzing everything before releasing a loud scoff. So where's my stuff? If you don't get out of my RV in 5 seconds, it'll be shoved up your ass. Don't worry about it. You guys are great. Hey, Tess, did you hang up your new wind chime? Tess's eyes flicker with interest for all of a second, then return to their obstinate, droopy state. Uh-huh. Above my bed. What's up with the fold-out? You two don't sleep together? What? Told ya. Damn it! Grumbling, Mariah pulls a bell from her pocket and slaps it in Joe's hand. Does that mean we get to sleep in tomorrow morning? Sure does, kiddo. Sure does. The ringleader of the circus returns to inspecting the motorhome, fiddling with the magnets on the fridge. Anyway, give me back my equipment and we'll get out of your hair. Come on, just let them use it. It's the least we can do after tearing apart their car. Her car. The car. The one that we tore apart. Mariah's attention turns to the counter, topped with the opened box of stunning gold nuggets from the night before. And whose fault was the... What is this? What is what? The thing on the counter. It almost looks like... Oh, that? That's the piece of treasure we found. Ha! Yeah, right, you're kidding. She chuckles. She stops. She is kidding, right? I have a devious thought and crack an equally devious smile. Nope, she's telling the truth. 100%. I wrap my arm around Mariah and bring her close. Joseph and Tess shoot each other alarmed glances. We found it last night. With your equipment. She stands there stupefied. No, that's impossible. You're lying. Really now? Hey, Marina, why don't you tell her about it? Sure thing. It started yesterday after we met. Amber looked at the journal again and thought it might be near the smaller rocks behind the bigger one. They're called dikes, I think. Anyway, turns out she was right. Mariah looks down, muttering to herself. But how? Why wouldn't he just hide it on the mountain? Doesn't make sense if he was going back to Missouri. Her voice diminishes until her words are reduced to lip flaps. Like a mad scientist trying to figure out a complex equation, she retreats into her own little world. Mariah? A smudge of sympathy buds inside me. I look to Joseph and Tess. They even look a little shocked. Even they looked a little shocked. Morty! Is she gonna be okay? I honestly don't know. Tess approaches Mariah, who is still whispering nonsense under her breath. Nonchalantly, Tess hops in front of her, her hand reaching upwards, trying to wave it in front of Mariah and bring her back to our world. No response. Tess pulls Mariah's arms skyward, then allows them to flop down to her side. Still no response. You know, we've been looking into that treasure since we were kids. Joseph steps up to the counter and stares into the box. Never expected someone else to find it before us. That's more than I can say. I didn't even think it existed. There's that too. He sighs, then with a shrug cracks a smile. Well, good job anyway. You ladies seem cool, so if it couldn't be us, then at least it was you. You guys want to stick around? We could tell you more about it. He looks at Mariah. Somehow I don't think that would be healthy for her. or you. He grabs Mariah by the shoulders and begins pushing her towards the exit. Come on, Mariah, let's go make you a nice cold thing. You two can keep the equipment and think of it as an apology gift. Because cheaply made tools I could get at any hardware store are of equal value to a car. They're almost out of the motorhome when Mariah flips and rushes back. Hold on a minute, thief! She looks me straight in the eye. Oh my god, this music. It's high noon. She looks me straight in the eyes, her expression returning to that of a piercing hawk. You just had beginner's luck. You might have found the first piece, but I promise you, me and my team will find the rest. She extends a hand and smirks. I pause for a moment, then grab it and offer a smirk of my own. You're on. Marina and Joseph both let out a sigh of relief, as if they've just witnessed the signing of a peace treaty. Well, guess that takes care of that. Now let's get out of here and go back to a proper base.
Are you going to drink until you feel better again, sis?
Shut up! Didn't Mom ever teach you any manners?
You always said Mom is an airhead ditz who wouldn't know good advice or a good man if it bit her in the butt.
Oh yeah? Sorry for trouble, ladies. Seats down the road. Joseph pulls the door closed. Marina and I stay put as the bickering of the trio fades in the distance.
Were you serious?
About what?
The treasure. You told Mariah that you were going to find the rest. If you were just being nice and want to leave now, that's fine too. You've already done a lot for me.
She casts her eyes downwards to hide her emotions, but I know better by now. And let you keep all the treasure for yourself? Hell no. Her eyes bounce back. Besides, someone's got to keep you from getting yourself into trouble. May as well be me.
For real? But don't you have the festival to go to?
It's still a little while away. I wanted to do some sightseeing anyway. Marina launches forward. Before I can sidestep, she tackles me with the force of a gold-filled freight train. I don't even try to resist. It's futile in the grace of Marina's hugs.
Thank you.
Actually, I probably owe you an apology. She cocks her head and looks up at me. I look away, my bashful side taking over. Well, you know, I kept saying it wasn't real and stuff.
Hey, don't worry about it. Most people wouldn't have even given me the time of day.
Yeah, but...
Relax. Just figure out where we had to go next.
I smile. We walk to the front of the RV and take our seats, grabbing the journal from the glove compartment. I flip it open. I glance over to the second-to-last entry. Key phrases like split path, detour, and acres of identical and arched stone throw my brain into the deep end, drowning me in a dizzying puzzles before I've even fully read it. And I'm going to stop there, because I need a little break. All this reading. But, thank you all so much for watching. I hope to catch you in the next episode. Mwah. See ya.